It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the 49ers and the Vikings coming up next.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is back for his 5th year as Minnesota's starter, tied for the longest streak of stability the team has had at quarterback since, get this, Fran Tarkenton in the late 1970s. He's been excellent during that time, making his 2nd Pro Bowl last season after 4,200 yards and 33 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings, though, still hovering right around 500 at the 8-win mark, hoping to see him lead a talented roster back to the postseason.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Cousins now. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A run there with Cook not going to accomplish much. Call it no gain. 2nd down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. On 2nd and goal, Purdy. This is caught. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Brock Purdy scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. That time, a 9-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
It was Eric Armstead coming up quickly and dropping him for a loss.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Again, it's Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Second down, they go right back to Cook. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins, escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The kick by Joseph is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they are able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender and work to the defense's advantage on that play.
2nd and 14. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 3rd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Got an open man, it's McLeod. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Purdy off the play fake. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
That was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll run it. Here's Cook. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Purdy. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd and 11 now, Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Cousins. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw, Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Purdy. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Here's Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Oh, look at this play call. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Purdy now to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners set to take over on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Purdy looking to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Cook running right. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and long for Cousins. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Here's McLeod on the return. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And they'll begin by running the option. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets pop free.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing is Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. To throw, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Trying the power game with Ham. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. C.J. Ham taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are back within a score. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive, 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Able to complete this one to McCloud. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Completes it to Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Throwing here, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield too.
Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing just outside his own goal line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Purdy. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Second and 9 now. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll drop to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Joseph's got it, and they take the lead out in front at 13-12. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Darnold. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Davis Price will try to pick it up. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they have regained the lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now back to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. On third down, here's Mitchell. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. On the return is Powell. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset and they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, here comes Newsome. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2nd and 3. Over the middle, complete. It's Powell. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Powell on the catch. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll drop to throw. Completes it to Powell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A first down throw, Darnold. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. They run over center with Mitchell. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now here's the option play going left. Oh, Darnold loses it. And the Vikings pick up the football. Past the 20. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Where the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go with the option, coming right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly
the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? When you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Snead's got it. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Davis-Price on 1st and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Second and 5 now. Darnold. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Darnold in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play, and I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open is Powell. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Powell. And he will have the Vikings first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Able to get away. Under pressure, they got him again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
Here's Powell on the return.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. On 1st and 10, Darnold.
Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And Darnold, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 9. 2:01 remaining. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Here's Madison running on first down.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Going to run with Madison again.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw.
This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
They'll go Madison up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.